Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols and I'm here to bring your Nichols Worth, and today from the Handcrafted Series from Holman, we are featuring the single column wide margin. Been a lot of talk about this Bible, been a lot of talk about the cover, been a lot of talk about the Handcrafted Series as a whole. You'll notice it comes in a beautiful box. All of them look very similar. Now, the original wide margin, which is the double column verse by verse, does not have the Handcrafted logo on there because this was before the Handcrafted Series became official. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of do a little bit of a comparison between all three, and then we'll kind of feature this one, which is the latest offering. Now, the previous, or the first offering, is the Holman Ancient Faith Study Bible. Now, this does have a very nice cover. In my opinion, this one has what I would consider the nicest liner. Now, some people have said this liner looks synthetic, but it is a calfskin liner. It is a little bit shinier than some of the others, but I like it because it's got that floppiness that I've come to love with goatskin Bibles. This does not have a premium text block. This is the exact same text block that came in all the previous Ancient Faith Study Bibles. You also notice drop caps and all that. It is a little shocking to the eyes to see this creamy paper, and it does kind of give the art gilding a little bit of a different color than some of your others. See how that one has kind of a red tint? I think that's because of that dark paper. So anyhow, then we move to the first one, which is the double column verse by verse. This is a 10-point font. This is a 10.25 font. This is 36 GSM paper, and this is a premium text block here. It does have your perimeter stitching on the cover. It also has your overcast stitching to kind of reinforce and strengthen the binding. I did a ribbon replacement in this one because the ribbons in this were not very good, but this is really a beautiful offering here. But 10.25 font. This is the brand new, just released single column wide margin. One thing you will notice is they did upgrade those ribbons. There's no need to replace these ribbons. They turned out really beautiful. Also, the same with the Ancient Faith. They upgraded the ribbons, so really nice. The goatskin covers are all a little bit different. They have their own little uniqueness, which is interesting. And the reason for that is because they use 3 different printers who use 3 different goat skins and 3 different calf skins. So you look at this one. It's somewhat floppy. You'll notice it's got kind of a matty kind of finish, where this one, check it out, super shiny. And then this one here is super stiff. I mean, check that out. Look at the difference between the three. And I tell you what, I like that this one is stiff because it's kind of a meaty Bible, to where, although I love this liner, when you hold it, check it out, it is very floppy. And this is a heavy Bible. It's probably somewhere around 4 pounds, a little more. But when you open this one, check it out. Nice and firm. I like it. So while some may not prefer the stiffer calfskin liner, I actually like it. All three, of course, have your edge lining, perimeter sewn, your gilt line. This one goes into the hollow. Really beautiful. So now let's take a look at what everyone wants to see. And that is this beautiful text block. Okay, you will notice that the text is justified, line matched, 10.5 font, just over an inch margin space on the outside. It has some textual notes. It does not have very many references. Now, I've heard some say it has no references, but it does have a few in the New Testament, which I'll show you in a minute. It does have a little bit of an inner margin, so that's really nice because it pulls that text out of the gutter. The same with the double column. Has a little bit of inner margin here to kind of pull that text out of the gutter. These are both very beautiful. They would complement each other very well. You got your verse by verse, which is very effective for verse finding and referencing. And then you have your single column reader's format, which is very smooth for reading. You will notice the verse numbers are red, page numbers are red, chapter references are red, and then your footnote references are also red. You got a red line to kind of separate the text from the bottom. Really beautiful layout. This is probably the most beautiful single column layout I've ever seen. This is a gorgeous Bible. It is 100% outstanding through and through. So now let's move into the New Testament real quick, because I want to show you a couple of things before we close out here. Number one, you will notice that Old Testament references are bold, and you will also notice there are references to its Old Testament counterpart. So while this is not a reference Bible, it does have a few references in it. And as we close out, go to the back, you will notice a nice little concordance. 3 column, it is a little small. This kind of reminds me of a Skylar in its size, which I don't like it, but then again, if they're going to cheat on an area, let's cheat in the concordance. Holman maps, love, love, love. They're on the flat paper. It's a little bit more of a thick kind of cardstocky paper. It's just absolutely beautiful. This thing is stunning. Beautiful spine, as they do on all the Handcrafted series with the tooled hubs. This thing is just gorgeous. So when you get Holman Handcrafted, each one is binded and printed by 3 different companies, so you're going to have a different experience with the goat skin every time. Some people like that consistency. I happen to enjoy the way that they have differences in each one. One last thing before we close out, check out that Pebble Grain. That is just so beautiful, because you will notice that the verse by verse is a little more smooth. So absolutely love it. So get one more close in there. As you can just see the little bit of difference. This one has like a tighter grain. This one has like larger. All 3 of them are beautiful. You can't go wrong. So anyhow, there you have it. Keep calm, Jesus on. This is your Nicholsworth.